Okay, let's go to the next one. So here's a big thing, and this is what bothers me a lot when I talk to martial arts school owners or I talk to anyone that has built a nest egg for themselves. What's the difference between liquid net worth and net worth? Liquid net worth is all about how much cash you have. It's cash that's available instantly. If I were to ask you right now, what is the biggest check you can write me with all the cash that you have available right now instantly? That's your liquid net worth. If you tell me your house is worth $5 million, I'm going to say congratulations, beautiful house. Please invite me over for a barbecue. I would love to come over. But that's not part of your net worth because that's going to take you days, months, or even longer to sell it, even if you get the full value for it. So that should not be considered part of your net worth. The only thing that should be considered part of your net worth is your cash, your assets that can be quickly converted to cash, your investment accounts. The best way to track this is to always keep a spreadsheet to see how you're growing. Me, I'm a numbers guy. When I see my accounts go up, I feel good. When I see my accounts go down, I feel bad. I do something about it. I make change. But if I don't know how they're changing, I can't make a difference. I can't make an impact. Gentlemen, please, next slide. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's give these guys a round of applause, please. These guys have been awesome the last couple days. You guys are rock stars. So I'm big on knowledge, and we all hear the phrase, knowledge is power, and that's the worst thing we can ever teach our students. So if anything you get from me today, please stop teaching that to your students. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is worthless. Applied knowledge is power. Because if you're not applying the knowledge that you know, it's worthless. How many seminars have we been to? How many amazing facts have we learned and we've never applied them? That's just worthless information in your head, unless we put it into practice and we do something about it. So applied knowledge. So let's apply some of this knowledge today. So Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Who's read that book? Amazing, great starting book for investing. Please, everyone read it. Let's go to the next one, gentlemen. I'm going to go fast. I have a 12-hour seminars, and I'm going to compress it into about 3 hours. So you guys have me for about 3-4 hours today, maybe 5, okay? I'm going to try doing 30 minutes, guys, here. All right, so math time. We're not going to do this right now, but take a moment this weekend before you go home. This is important. Before you go home, take action. Calculate your net worth. Calculate your liquid net worth. Find out what that number really is. Write it down. If you're happy with that number, that's great. If you're not happy, do something about it. Make some changes. Make some action steps to help change that, right? Now, I tell you right now, you should never be happy with your number because happiness creates complacency. Complacency creates stagnation. Stagnation creates failure, right? We never want those things. We want to constantly grow ourselves because that's what we teach our students. We don't teach them, hey, your back punch is fast enough, right? We never say that. Always go faster. Always go stronger. Always be better. Always improve. Kanai. Constant and never-ending improvement in ourselves, in our skills, in our training, and in our finances. Next slide, please, gentlemen. Also, this is the next touchy subject. Do you guys know what your monthly budget is? I can tell you to the penny how much we spend each month in my business and in my personal life. I know where my money is going. And if I were to ask you a question, how much has your business made in the last 10 years? If you make $500,000 a year, you made $5 million in the last 10 years. Where is that money? If you make $1 million a year, congratulations. Where is that $10 million over the last 10 years? And I talk to school owners all the time. They say, I have a 40% net. Great. 40% of $1 million is $400,000. 10 years of that, that's $4 million. Show me your bank account. Yeah, $50,000. Where'd it go? Either you're spending more than you should, or you don't know where that money is. So let's budget ourselves. Let's make sure we know where we're spending our money. Next slide, gentlemen. All right, do you know where your business income, how much does your business make, your gross income? What is the net of your business? How much do you take home every single month, right? We all know how to calculate net percentage for our business. This is fairly basic. Is everyone aware on this? And if you don't, I don't mind sharing some of these things with you. Next slide, gentlemen, please. So how much should you net from your business? Does anyone have an idea? What should be the minimum net percentage profit for your business? Does anyone want to share that with me? What do you think it should be? Not yours, but what do you think it should be? Anyone? So many hands at once, guys. Let's please not raise our hand all together.
30% or higher.
30% or higher. Anyone else? Anyone else? One more person, please. I'm just going to stand here and look at you awkwardly. 40%. Awesome. Next slide, please. Right in the middle. Let's see. Look at that. I could have planned this. 35% as the bare minimum. Our goal is to be above 40%. If we're under 40%, I have a problem. There's an issue we have to fix. Right? We do not drop below 40%. Right? Next slide. So that's why it's important to also do your business budget and control your business expenses. Right? Our schools are machines, but sometimes the machine eats more than it should. right? And we don't realize how much we're actually spending. Control your spending. Look at your credit card statement. Look at your bank statement. How much money is going out? The more that goes out, the less that stays in your pocket. If you want, I would be happy to share a basic spreadsheet, and I want nothing for this, by the way. There's going to be no follow-up email. I'm not going to send you, hey, do this, I consult this. There's nothing. If you want me to share my spreadsheets with you, I will gladly share them with you. I want nothing else, no other communication, unless you want to reach out and say, thank you for sharing this with me. Next one. All right, diversifying your income. Why do we diversify our income? If I were to show you how I break down how I make money, right? So this is me in the middle. This is Peter. Oh, that's an R, that's not a P. My wife is Natasha, and we have a new baby girl. Her name is Zoe. All right, so this is ours. All right, so we have our school number 1. We have our school number 2. This is one source of income for us. All right, it feeds our family, it pays our bills, it helps us sustain our life, helps us go to Mexico and all these other great places. And then we have our first investment account. So let's say investment 1, that feeds us also. Then we have investment 2. Investment 2 is just a dividend account, right? All it does is just pays us dividends. Master Clark, you're the man with that, sir. My goal is to try to reach you one day, right? That's investment number 2, right? So then here's where most people stop at these. But their main income, 95% is right there. Maybe 5% is there. But here's what I've done. Real estate. Real estate. We own about 19 units. We've had 19 units of real estate because that's been our main focus. Because the events of 2020 taught me one thing. The government of the United States cared zero about my business. They said that martial arts businesses are dangerous for people. McDonald's being open was safe, healthy for people, but martial arts was dangerous. So they shut us down. They made me close my doors. And it hurt my company. They hurt my companies a lot. So what did I learn? I owned real estate at the time. My state of New Jersey, gave me a check for 1 full year for my tenants. Because my state wanted to make sure that the tenants kept their house, but they wanted me to lose mine. So real estate for me became a vital, vital thing to make sure that it adds stability to my income, okay? But here's the thing. If you can get to this point, most people stop here, but there's so much more. There's other avenues of income that we have, right? Partnerships in other businesses, silent partners. That's been another focus of ours. Where now that we're able to generate enough income, we're able to invest in other companies. Now we're diversifying because if the martial arts goes to zero tomorrow, guess what? I have my investments, I have my real estate, I have the partnerships of other businesses that I own, right? So you see how this wheel continues? But as you see, I added more. Why? Because my goal is to finish the circle. My goal is to constantly keep adding. Then we have syndication deals, and we have some very advanced things that I don't want to get into today. But it's a constant growth of income. If you look at companies like Apple or Microsoft or Nvidia, any of these major corporations, they're constantly working on acquisitions. What do we do in the martial arts industry? The exact opposite. We don't acquire anything else. We don't build more to our portfolios. We focus on our schools on adding 1 student. How much can 1 student make you? How much can 10 students make you over 10 years? But how much can 3 houses make you? How much can your dividend account make you? How much can your investment account make you over these 10 years? Right? It's unbelievable, and I'm going to share some of these numbers with you. So diversifying your income, minimize risk, maximizes your time, financial freedom. You live. The first time I was born in Greece, and we went back. I was 21 years old when we were finally able to go back to Greece. We couldn't afford it. We were a very, very, very poor family. So first time we go back to Greece, we're going there, and they're saying, well, how many hours do you work? We're like, we're working 60 hours a week. And they're like, 60 hours a week? Wow, you guys are literally living to work there. That's your main focus. The only reason that you're alive is to work. You're just a machine. I'm like, why? What do you guys here? We work 20 hours a week. Makes sense why the collapse of the financial industry happened there. Anyway, my point is, it's a different mindset though, right? We want to work, but we also want to live our lives, because when do we want to enjoy life? When we're 70, 80, 90, 100 years old? To say, I'm going to retire at 85 and now I'm going to travel the world? Or do I want to start doing it right now? The sooner the better, right guys? So let's create a plan to make sure that happens.